thumb stud, the pocket clip, and then I got the Work Sharp, which is.
I thought Daniel was going to buy that one, or you have two.
Oh no, he's gonna buy that one, but I told him he has, I said I'll hold it for you if I don't sell it by the end of the week, which is tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And I got the Work Sharp sharpener, which is $60, or I'm throwing in a Kershaw Asset and K-Bar Dojo knife for $15 more so you can get $75 for all that. Ooh, and we're live. I didn't know we went live.
Yeah, he just went live.
Well, if you want to find out more about this, yeah,
this
go to
be a very
Mr.Buck71's channel, and then you can see a video. It's
the shameless self-promotion.
65% uploaded.
The shameless self-promotion by Court.
Yes. Well, you ever get to that point where you're so close to something you can just taste it, but you're just out of reach, and that's what where I'm at right now. It's just so close, yet it might as well be across the freaking ocean.
Did anybody see the other day some news reporter in D.C. tried to get her concealed weapons permit? And she goes to the place, and the guy basically tells her that the Second Amendment doesn't cover the carrying of firearms. It's for when the British are coming. That's when it was written.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that would make sense, except the Second Amendment was written about 6 years, I think, after the British decided to come.
You can't even respond to something that's stupid when people.
Yeah. I mean,
and our First Amendment is only because the British oppressed our free speech. So, the only time we get to have free speech is when we're talking to the British.
The dates that it was ratified, it was just like no.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have a right to a fair trial unless the British are coming.
In the Federalist Papers, why it exists.
Basically, he said that was for when the British are coming, and now unless you have an actual threat on your life, you cannot get one in D.C. So I was like, oh.
And I will say this: the British aren't coming. So, well, that sounded dirty.
Only the British actors are coming.
I just found that.
Yeah, I saw that. This is how.
That's the mentality
of it. Yeah, this is just. I just want to give everybody an example of the area I live in. This is how unviolent the area is. Up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is, we call it, people up there Yoopers. We just call it, the UP. Some teens, they were late teens, broke into a guy's house. And since Michigan has stand your ground laws, the guy, a 62-year-old man, opened fire, killed one of the 3 teens, and that's all they talked about on the news for the first 15 minutes, it seemed like, tonight. And all the channels were talking about it during the first 15 minutes of the news.
Oh yeah, and then suddenly it's just like an innocent teen thing to break into someoe's house. It's a rite of passage.
Actually, no, they're pretty neutral.
Exactly. Were they?
Yeah, the local news was pretty neutral on it. They were.
What do you mean, Moon? You've never broken into someone's house as a teenager?
Anti-firearm, but the one channel that I got to see, they actually, which is a channel that is CBS, which is very liberal. We're probably the most anti-gun because, they brought out the most, FUD you could bring out on the news. Sitting there smoking on air, doing an interview who looked like, a typical FUD, saying, I don't blame the guy for doing it. It's bad to take a guy's life. But if somebody broke into my house, they would pay for it as well. Typical FUD, type character they could interview. But the other stations were a lot more, I should say, neutral on the situation, just reporting the news as it was.
Yeah, it just I've never broken into anybody's house, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think the kid was your age that got killed.
Well, we won't be doing that ever again.
No, and I shouldn't call him a kid. He's an adult, but to me, he's still
dead,
young.
so he
Mature
can't.
and educated adult.
He's dead, so he can't ever do it again. You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's two cohorts.
They'll be charged with murder.
Well, it's Michigan. I don't know how their laws work. In Wisconsin, if you're breaking into somebody's house or robbing a business with a partner, and the shop owner or the homeowner kills one of you, then the other person is charged with murder.
Yep. That's how it is down here. That's why I'm thinking that's how it is in Michigan. But
I don't know Michigan's law. I can just say Wisconsin's. But these kids were intent on breaking into the house. They first broke in through the locked garage service door, and then they broke into the main house door. And that's when they were killed. One of them was killed. The other two ran off.
it's unfortunate, but sometimes people just don't get it until they get it.
Yeah, one of the two accomplices were arrested, so they caught the two guys that were in the robbery. One's already been released on bail, and the other one's awaiting bail. So that's the story.
All right. Well, I haven't paid attention to the news today, so I don't know what's going on in the world.
I just got a chance to watch a little bit of local news. So, it's kind of boring. And I don't have a topic yet for tomorrow night. I'll probably think of one tomorrow.
I'm actually
Hopefully
trying to figure out if this new pro firearms law in PA affects whether you can open carry with a license in Philadelphia. Because you can't carry, as of now or as of before the law, I don't know yet, but you can't open carry in the city of Philadelphia without a license to carry firearms. And most people just don't do it because the cops don't even know that law. They'll tackle you and whatever.
Tase you.
Tase you. There's videos and audio of it. But this law is supposed to stop any of that restrictions that a town or a magistrate or a city can make on the laws that are already the regular laws that we already have for Pennsylvania state carry laws. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I'm going to say something for Texas. I shared this link internally with Edge last night, and we didn't get a chance to talk about it. At least not when I was on, anyway. Texas, they're going to, I guess, when they get back in session next year, when, January sometime, they're going to be putting two laws up for vote, and they both deal with, one is open carry of handguns, and the other one is constitutional carry. And the governor said if they make it to his desk, he is going to sign them into law. He says, Texas is a red state. If Vermont can have these laws, which is a bluer than blue state, then Texas can have these same laws.
That would be awesome, because that's like what Nathan's always worried about, is printing. That's why he carries that little CW9 or CM9.
Yeah, and that is very true. If they can do that with Texas, that'd be awesome. If Texas can pass constitutional carry, which, is a symbol of, the Old West. What's going to happen out in the Old West. Everybody's going to be on the streets. Just shooting because they get in an argument type thing.
Said that when Florida got their concealed carry in the 80s.
Yes, I know, but it can easily sway opinion again back toward constitutional carry for other states, because they'll see Texas as an example of constitutional carry, the Old West, and go, it's not happening there.
It's not happening in Vermont. What's up, Sean? It's not happening in
hey, there's Sean.
Arizona.
Hey, Sean. Yeah. Repeat that, Moon. Sorry.
It's not happening in Vermont or Arizona, so.
Well, exactly, but look at Vermont.
Yeah, I know. So
look at Arizona. People think Arizona is a bunch of old people that go down there to retire, or.
I think that's where I'm going to retire.
Yeah.
In the trailer park range with Bob.
There you go.
Well, I mean, if that's your first choice.
But yeah, there you go.
That is a range.
Just bring a lot of moisturizer and a chapstick.
Yeah. My best friend came from Phoenix when he was like 12.
So
was he already wrinkled at 12?
A little bit.
Yeah, wouldn't it be wonderful if this whole country was constitutional carry? We've got 2 states now.
Look like a catcher's mitt.
Texas. Yeah, it's looking pretty good for Texas to be an open carry state sometime next year. And constitutional carry. I'd love Wisconsin to be that way. We're already open carry, but constitutional carry would be awesome, even though we're pretty lax on concealed carry too.
Yeah, I'm hoping Florida gets open carry sometime soon, but yeah.
Yeah, well, and really, there's 2 flavors. And everyone typically uses the term constitutional carry to say unlicensed open and concealed carry. The interesting thing going on in the courts right now is defining what is the constitutional mode of carry. Unfortunately, we have some bad decisions that say that concealed carry somehow falls outside the protections of the Second Amendment. They're bad cases, but for now, until the Supreme Court comes and overrules them, we're kind of stuck with them. So right now, what we're pushing is, okay, if you're going to regulate concealed carry and say that it falls outside the Constitution, okay, fine. That's the binding precedent you, court, are stuck with. So there's a right to bear arms outside the home. We have multiple court decisions that say so. More than that. Again, we've got Peruta now. We have 3 circuits that have ruled on this. Here in Florida, the state concedes that there's a right to bear arms outside the home, but then says that, well, but licensing, but concealed carry is just a privilege. So where's the right? So what we're arguing is that, okay, there's constitutional right to bear arms outside the home. You're treating concealed carry as a privilege instead of a right. So we want our constitutional carry, which is unlicensed open carry.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Is they're saying this is a privilege, concealed carry. It doesn't fall under protection of the Second Amendment, but you can't open carry either. Well, that's
and that's why we've got
like a run
we have in the courts so far, and we'll see. There, we can expect a decision from them anytime between December of this year and December of next year. They can take up to a year to do these things, unfortunately. I think they're going to move faster than that. Take the over/under. I'm betting on March that we'll have a decision, and we'll see where it goes from there, and we'll see what they give us back. But believe me, this case we're fighting right now, if we were to lose it, it is not the end of the game. We have more litigation planned if we fail, and we have more legislative and litigation planned if we win.
it will be interesting. I mean, I'd like to see us, be like Arizona and Vermont and different
Well,
states.
yeah, ideally, except look, we have a we have a Republican supermajority in the Florida House and Senate. We have the most pro-gun governor that we've ever had sitting in the governor's mansion, and we still can't pass constitutional carry in Florida, unfortunately, because we have a very statist Republican majority, and that's a problem. Now, I think that might be loosening up a little bit, and there might be more that we can do with the legislature this year, and we're planning, some good bills. But we've got a ton of pushback from the law enforcement community. The Florida Sheriff's Association and the Florida Association of Police Chiefs are fighting against gun rights tooth and nail here in Florida. And it's depressing when I get, I go and I talk to, Sheriff Cohen, and I talk to the sheriffs from Colorado, and I talk to the sheriffs from, some of these other states, and they're, 100% Second Amendment supporters, and telling the states to back off their citizens in their counties. And I've got our sheriffs here in Florida going to the legislature and saying, "Oh my God, they're going to be able to carry a gun."
Yeah, that is discouraging and upsetting.
Pathetic.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
It's also, I don't know, these moms demand action are pissing me off.
oh, they're a bunch of. Well, today I was looking at something from one of them, or somebody part of the organization posted. You can order a bolt carrier online. It's a picture of the bolt carrier for $169, and it turns your gun to a fully automatic. And I'm like, are they that stupid?
Yes, they are that stupid.
That the
And
bolt
more
carrier doesn't do anything to the gun other than what the gun is supposed to do.
Yeah, you should have seen the face on it's a fairly liberal friend of mine said, "Oh my God, they're selling these things to turn guns into automatic," and it's like, those bolt carriers actually make the gun cycle slower, and it was literally a jaw drop.
Yeah, and the other one she posted is AR means assault rifle and 15 means 15 rounds a minute, and I'm like, let's assume you're right. 15 rounds a minute isn't really that fast anyway.
Now, this isn't that same spoof, that same spoof liberal Twitter account that put out the 10-22 is the most deadly rifle in the world because 10 bullets will kill 22 people.
No, I don't think so. This lady is like Jennifer V or something. I'm trying to find it on Facebook. It was all over my news earlier.
My reply to that is somebody trained with a black powder rifle can shoot 5 rounds a minute. So somebody with a semi-auto can only do 15? That's really slow.
Yeah,
Here it is. Here, let me
but the
screen share.
10-22 is the most lethal rifle ever created because it can kill 22 people with 10 rounds.
Can you all see my
Was
screen?
that
I'm
a real
not sharing.
post? Who posted
But
that?
this is it here.
Oh,
This
it's
thing
been
right here.
burning up Facebook.
It's like, simply add to cart for $169. You can convert your assault weapon to fully auto. Gun sets AR-15, AK-47, not one more. And this one here, AR-15 stands for assault rifle capable of firing 15 bullets a minute. Just
I've seen that, but check it out. I think that a lot of these ones that are getting ridiculous are like pro-gun people making the other side look stupid.
Some of them are, like the 10-22 one. It's hilarious, and people have been, just berating the stupidity of it. But it's a spoof account.
Yeah, I have this one page on Facebook, and everybody, even it's tricking pro-gunners. But all they're doing is they're basically posting these memes of quotes from current politicians that have said like some crazy shit about disarming people and all that. So it's basically exposing them, but putting a Moms Demand Action or gun sense thing at the bottom of it to make it look kind of anti-gun.
Well, here's an article. Atlanta man in critical condition after being robbed at grocery store, targeted by Moms Demand Action. So this grocery store that Moms Demand Action has been going after. Yeah, it really makes sense, don't you? I mean, I don't know. I'm loading up the article right now. Uploading a video and doing 3 things at once is not good for my internet.
Well, I'll tell you, the tactics they're going to right now are really scary. We had, last week, a member of Florida Carry get swatted because he went to a public building, took pictures of their illegal no-gun sign, because we have one of the strongest preemption laws in the country here for firearms. He took a picture of their illegal no-gun sign, went in and complained about it.
What is this
The next day, we were told that they had removed the sign, when in fact all they had done is move it to the other side of the door. He went back and took a picture of that, and an employee of the county called 911 and said that he was out there waving a gun around and acting crazy. Of course, none of that was happening. And, he was concealed carrying, and it's just she recognized him from the day before complaining about the sign. So she had him swatted, full felony stop, felony takedown, half an hour beside the side of the road before they realized that, okay, this is a false report.
Yeah, after the SWAT team kicks down your door.
Yeah, we put in all the public records requests to get the 911 call and all the reports, and I can guarantee you that public employee is going to be in the unemployment line very soon, and we'll be going to the state attorney to file charges for reckless endangerment and filing a false police report and 911 abuse. But this is the things that we face sometimes. I mean, they are literally trying to get us killed.
Moon, I just want to say we can't read that. It's like all fuzzy. So
Yeah, let me turn my bandwidth up.
I don't want you to show like 10 of them and nobody can read them. Yeah.
All right. They basically say
It's got to be nice when you can abuse the system.
I'm a gun sense voter. I don't know if you can read that.
I
The
can't.
red. It's kind of fucked
What does
up.
it say under the bread? I couldn't read that.
It just says no one in this country should have guns. That's a quote from this guy.
Damn.
Oh, and he's a Superior Court judge. That's amazing.
Yeah, we did a really successful campaign during the elections, having people put their I voted sticker on their guns and post it to social media with hashtag gun voter. I've got like 400 pictures of people with guns within like a couple of hours of putting that thing out there. And I'm sending all those pictures to our legislators.
There's the Brady campaign saying, I don't believe gun owners have rights.
Oh. In the
We
same
don't.
note, she believes murderers have rights. That's the funny part. You kill somebody, you have rights. You own a gun, nah, you don't need rights.
But not if you used a gun. If you used a pipe.
Yeah, if you used a gun to kill somebody, no, you don't have rights.
Yeah. Here's a cool one though. I'll post a link in the internal and the external. You can watch the video. There is an owner of a Texas armored car manufacturer. The boss got in the car and let the employee shoot at him with an AK-47.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's
I
an
mean, if you
expensive
are-
advertising campaign.
Yep. But just imagine, having a bad day at work, and the boss is going to let you blow off some steam by shooting at him in a car that they made.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I wouldn't get in the car, but I mean, hey, if you want to.
Hey, That is taking pride in the craftsmanship of your employees.
Yeah,
Because you know
and
what?
to get one
Employees
employee
make
that
mistakes,
slips up
you're
one
screwed.
time.
You know, I sat in a Bradley while people were shooting at me, but I shot back.
Yeah, I don't mind shooting back. I just don't want to get shot at without being able to shoot.
I feel sorry for you having to sit in a Bradley.
Are you kidding? I loved the Brad.
They were very lightly armored. Do they fix that?
The Bradley will take you know 50 it'll at least take 50 cal easily. I mean,
Okay,
I want a freaking tank shooting at me without reactive armor on it, and even then I don't want a tank shooting at me, but I don't want a tank shooting at me if I'm in a freaking bunker.
Yeah, I just, that was the downfall of the Bradley at first. It was basically like a tin can. I mean, small arms.
Oh no, they upgraded the armor on the Bradley back in the mid '90s.
Okay.
Initially they weren't much better than an M113. They put on additional armor plate and really fixed just a lot of the initial problems with the Bradleys around 95, 90. Oh no, I'm sorry, even earlier than that, around 92, early 90s.
Okay, yeah, because I know that was one of the drawbacks to that originally. It was basically a tin can with a big gun and tow missiles.
Yes. No, they changed the Bradley up significantly in the early 90s, and it became quite capable of taking anything up to and including a 50 cal.
Awesome.
I actually had a little training incident once where just shooting target practice rounds, but these are, think of a 25 millimeter instead of a high explosive or armor piercing round, it is shooting basically a 25 millimeter lead slug at full velocity.
Wow.
Jeez.
And I had a nighttime operation, nighttime training operation doing a live fire, and another Bradley misidentified my track as a target and lit us up HE high rate with 25 Mike. It made a hell of a racket, but it didn't do anything other than pock the armor.
Pork, real quick, Dano just asked if you still have that knife from Hunt.
And get a Bradley crew decertified.
Yeah, I'll answer Dano on the external. But just in case Dano didn't hear me, my answer is yes. I see that, and I still have it. Wait, is quiet now? Okay.
Yeah, I heard like children singing, and then everybody went quiet, so I wasn't sure what was going on.
Well, I thought,
That might have been my wife in the other room singing Carly Simon songs.
No.
I just thought, you're down in, South Florida. I thought you just, neighbors are just playing the music a little loud on a Friday night. That wasn't
unfortunately, that would be my wife in there listening to the world's worst music, singing it. And actually, I'm lucky enough to be in kind of central Florida. South Florida is far too liberal for me. In Florida, you have to move. You have to move north to get to the south.
Yeah, but if you keep moving farther north, then you'll be like, Burr, it's cold up here. It's not 90 degrees today.
Exactly. So I'm at the happy medium. I mean, I cannot live above Interstate 10. That rest of the country above I-10 is just far too cold. But if you go too far south of I-10, it starts getting really liberal really fast. So you have to be careful how far you go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this to make you happy. They're talking early next week here. Highs in the single digits. Yes, rub it in.
This is why
You'll be
we love
"Oh,
Florida."
it's only 80 today, you know.
Yeah, no. I mean, let's see. I'm in my backyard. It's 58 degrees, and I'm wearing a parka.
It's let's see here. What is it here? It's 57 here, and I'm getting ready to go light a fire. My brother's got friends over, so as soon as they go downstairs, I gotta light up the fireplace. Apparently, they're not good with cold weather. I got fans going in my office here, but they are cold.
Hands? I mean,
I
I
don't
need
know what it is here. Let me
either.
check my weather.
Hey, Dano's got in here.
Yeah, I came in here with my Tex Grebner holster on.
Just don't shoot yourself in the leg.
That's right.
And if
didn't
you
realize-
don't stand up so we can see it.
What's that?
If you're gonna end up shooting yourself, stand up.
Well, you want to see it? You don't believe me?
No, I meant if you're gonna end up shooting yourself.
Oh, he's got his drum mag. I thought maybe, you know.
Let me turn that
drum mag again, lucky bastard.
I forgot that thing. Let me turn that thing off. Find the controls here.
Covers his face there.
Anybody
Takes forever.
know, Cat?
Who makes
I'm
that?
not sure why- I'm not sure why only the picture only does like 2/3 of the screen. But anyway. I don't know
Yeah,
if you
see,
can see.
using a Serpa for fast draw is kind of like using a Humvee for a NASCAR
Is that your-
race. You just
Is that
don't
your
need to do it.
concealed carry there, Dano, or you use a different holster for that?
Well, no. Well, you see, first of all, I got it out of the $5 bin at the gun store,
Dano, you see what you've started now?
and
God
I
damn.
also pulled the pin out of the retention device because I don't believe in having. I view it like a safety on a gun.
Well, you know, here's the thing with Serpas. They're very good field holsters. If you're going to be running around doing things where you have the potential of jarring your gun loose, you know, they're good for that. That is all they are good for. If you're going to try and use them to play, you know, quick draw McGraw, you're going to shoot yourself in the leg.
Well, that's why I removed the retention device so that that's not an issue. It's not my only holster. It's just I only have 2 outside the waistband holders, and that's one of them. And since it's wintertime up north here, and we have these things called winter coats we have to put on, I like to be a little bit more.
Removing the retention device from a Serpa is kind of like taking your 18-wheeler and putting a jet engine in it and bringing it to the racetrack. Sure, it'll work, but there are more efficient ways to do this.
Hey, I'll offer you the same thing I told Cork. You can put a tent in my yard if you want, Dano.
Well, actually, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that because you know I had this on just because I was playing around with it today, but I'm actually looking at a Blade Tech holster. Because they have some, you know, because I don't want to end up with a giant box full of holsters.
I
You're
have a
looking at
giant
it off.
box full of holsters because you know, over many years, more than I care to admit, you know, I have gone through all the iterations of you know, what's out on the market, and now every time I buy a gun, there are 3 holsters I get. I have my inside the waistband, I have my range holster, and I have my belt pretty holster. You know, basically what would be, you know, your kind of dress up open carry holster. But if you want a really fast, really secure, really good holster that's not going to make yourself shoot, you know, that's not going to shoot you in the leg, look at Panther Concealment. Absolutely some of the best Kydex holsters I have ever laid my hands on.
Well, the majority of the year I wear a hybrid holster, which I'm really happy with. It's only the winter that I'm looking for an alternative. This is the other.
And that's what I do during the winter as well. I use the Comptac Minotaurs. A lot of people like the crossbreeds. Those are also excellent holsters. I can't say anything against them. I just prefer the Comptacs over them for the clips and a little bit smoother leather up against my little sensitive skin. But the hybrid holsters are great.
This is another holster that I had gotten probably about 3 months ago, and then about 2 weeks after I got it, the company went out of business. From a company that Edge was pushing for a while called Mission Concealment.
Oh, they're out of business?
Yes,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Because it has a paddle holster on the back, but the paddle is kind of like too small to really hold it firmly against my body. But
if you want an OWB an on the waistband paddle holster that's really secure, I'm telling you, look at Panther Concealment. They've been around for a long time. They're here in Florida. I know the guys that run the place. It is a one-piece molded Kydex with their OWB rig with the paddle.
Is this about the size of your paddle, or does this one seem bigger? I couldn't really tell.
Yeah, well, it's hard to say through a webcam. I mean,
Because this one works pretty good. It's a toggle holster, but I mean, works pretty good.
yeah.
What's up with the paddles, man?
I like them better than the one that string on the
roll
belt.
around on the ground and pull them out really fast.
I like them better than the belt for my purposes. I mean, since obviously I can't carry legally outside my home, it just makes it easier around the property and stuff. That way, if I have to leave, I just take it off.
To address just a moment.
What do you mean you can't carry legally outside your home?
I'm only 19, so I can't like conceal carry outside my home in Florida.
You can have it in your car.
Well,
So totally legal to have it in your car in your glove box or in your center console or in a snapped holster that's not in your manual position.
that is true. I mean,
I mean, it's obviously not ideal, but there's more options than just in your home. You can at least have it in your car where you got some access to it as you go about your
that is true. That's another reason I like the paddle thing. I mean, I can slip it on, slip it off. I don't have to undo my belt, 10 times a day if I'm coming and going.
Yeah.
How does that?
Check out Panther. Absolutely, totally endorse them. If you like paddle holsters that pop on and off but are really secure and yet also really fast, you've got to check them out. And they're not paying me. I'm giving them this endorsement because they're just that good.
Okay, I missed that. Sorry, Sean. What was the holster company?
Panther Concealment.
Panther Concealment. Okay, got it. Thanks.
Dana.
Yet he won't answer my question I put in there.
I think I need to reload. This thing's not working.
Oh.
That's what Dan was getting for Christmas from me.
Yeah, I'm after a holster for my carry gun because I'm like so
All
close to getting my carry gun. It's
Well, what are your requirements for a holster
Don't,
for your
just
carry
don't get
gun?
a paddle on your fucking holster, Quark.
I just want a
well.
hybrid holster. That's a key. It's got to be a hybrid
That's
inside
good.
the waistband.
I like hybrid holsters.
Yeah, I use my hybrids more than anything. The Comptacs, awesome holsters. The crossbreeds. I've used them. They're good. There's one called Rigid. They make a decent holster. I did unfortunately have to relieve some of the leather to get a full firing grip on it, though. So I wasn't real pleased with that. So really can't recommend them. But they're not bad if you don't mind taking a Dremel to the leather.
Yeah, I've been
And
looking.
they're a good price.
Yeah, I've been looking at the Fox concealment holsters, and then
Have
of
you
course
talked to
Black Mamba.
one?
Fox is the company that makes them, or the Black Mamba, which you recommended.
No, what I asked was, have you talked to somebody that actually owns one of those holsters?
What kind of holsters? Then? Fonters? Did you say Fonters?
No, I said to Quirk, I said, has he talked to anyone who actually owns a Fox holster?
Oh, Fox holster.
Yeah, that was actually recommended to me by a couple different gun channel members.
Okay, I know sometimes the difference is the thickness of the leather. Some companies, how they get the lower prices, they go thinner on the leather.
Yep.
Just don't get one of these. These things suck.
What is that?
It's an outside the waistband hybrid.
Oh yeah, I don't like the outside the waistband. It's got to be inside the waistband.
They don't work too great.
Oh, what? I'm not getting video from
In my
I'm going to
experience.
disconnect. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, Daniel. No problem. Now that situation's changed, like, because I'm uploading a video, because you got till basically tomorrow after my chat to wait. So
Steven, I got a question for you. I know you got crossbreed in there, but they're mostly inside the waistband. Does Comtac do outside the waistband?
So as far as I know, Comtac has both inside and outside the waistband. Well, I'm positive they do, actually. Personally, I only have inside the waistband, so I can't comment on their outside the waistband. But I've got an inside the waistband for my Glock 19. I love it. For crossbreed, I have an inside the waistband for my Shield, and it's also really nice. So there you go.
Where you live, when it's January and it snows, does it stay there or does it melt?
So we pretty much get one snow a year, and it'll last probably 2 or 3 days. Last year we had like a freak snow. It was unreal. But I mean, there are some years when we have no snow at all. So it just depends.
The reason I'm looking for an outside the waistband is because we don't have a choice but to wear real winter coats, and that's just one more layer that's I can get closer to my gun rather than having to bury it.
There's
Well,
the
now, are you
pile and then don't get pile.
are you just absolutely stuck on doing Kydex, or are you interested in outside the waistband leather holsters?
And I just got to ask a question. Daniel, are you wearing one of those puffy coats that, from like a Christmas store, you can't put your arms down when you wear it?
No, it's just it's a down coat because it's made for winter, but it's
Wow.
maybe an inch or two past my waist. But because of its bulk, for insulation, I mean, you kind of feel like the Stay Puft Man.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm seriously. I just wear a leather. It's just got a nylon lining, leather Packers jacket. That's my winter jacket.
Yeah. But Quirk, even though I'm overweight, we're at two, maybe not quite the same level.
I'm at like 280.
Okay.
6'4", 280 pounds. So yeah.
If I could
look, being fat and staying warmer because of it is an absolute myth. I can tell you, when I was, a lean, mean fighting machine in the Army at 200 pounds, and I'm 6 foot, I'm I'm near 6'3". 200 pounds is quite skinny for me. You know, a Navy flight jacket or you know, just a leather jacket with a liner was plenty for me in Europe. Here in Florida, I'm 80 pounds heavier and wearing much thicker jackets.
I feel short around you all. I'm only about 6 feet tall, and all you guys are giants.
Well,
I was pretty tall.
I'm just a shade under 6. I'm not 6 foot exactly. I'm just under.
I mean, I'm 5'11" without shoes, but I put shoes on, and then that adds. So
Well,
I always just that's how I measure myself.
John, where most of my weight is, which is basically the spare tire, that never gets cold.
Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about.
Not me, man. The skin's on the outside of the fat. I still get cold.
But yeah, you're right. It's just I get used to it. I just wear like a hoodie or sweatshirt.
I'll tell you something.
By the way,
a picture from the Gun Rights Policy Conference this year where I was giving a speech, and I'm like, one, they caught me with my mouth open so you can look, you can see my freaking tonsils, and two, I'm like, where's my neck?
But yeah, if it was up to me, I'd wear my hybrid all year round. I mean, because it is the most comfortable for me. And even if I'm just wearing like a sweatshirt, over a shirt underneath it, it's still easy enough to get to.
Hey, Cork, check the title of video.
Check title of video. What do you mean?
Yeah, your video. It says, "Get a deal and help me get a gun."
Oh, help me get a. Oh.
Get
okay.
a. You Canadian now?
A.
Quirk, did you see my answer to your knife question?
Yep. I said you've got until tomorrow, basically after my chat is over.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were changing what you were asking specifically without going into the details on air.
No, you still got the same time frame, so that's in the video. So I actually posted that in the video.
Holster drawer, apparently.
So, I will say this: if anybody wants to keep Dano from getting a knife that Huck made, your chance
more
tomorrow night. I'm being spiteful to Dano.
How much is Dano paying?
Full price.
How much is Dano paying? And I'll give you $1 more. I'll give you $1 more.
Full price.
You can have it for $1 more.
No, I'm joking. I wouldn't do that to Dano.
No, you want the knife? Buy the fucking knife. I mean,
I don't have use for it.
Watch your language.
Yeah, Moon. You tell me to watch my language.
Dano uses that offensive language.
Yeah.
Get the knife, Dano. Huck knives are nice.
But I forgot what I was going to say anyway. Move it along.
All right, don't get any of these.
Oh, this
These are okay. These are leather.
It's like if you took a picture of all the late night bar dates you had before you got married that you regretted.
Yeah.
And now you're bringing out all the pictures of all the ugly girls.
Well,
you don't want to see my holster box.
These ones are just like the kind. I bought these like as soon as I bought the gun from the shop, and the shop only had like these FUD inside.
Those don't even look like they're dual with that clip.
They're all right. They're not the best.
Well, they look brand new.
You can hardly draw from them, and you can't really put them back that easily. So, reholster.
Yeah, no,
They're kind of
I
useless, in my opinion.
I picked up a new.
This one's decent. I just didn't. I can't wear outside the waistband holsters like that. They have to be more like these kinds.
Is that like a Milton Sparks or a Milton Sparks ripoff? Or?
This is a DeSantis speed
Oh,
scan.
DeSantis.
Yeah,
I have the
this
same
makes
thing on my Glock 30, and my Glock 19s fit in it too. But I wear that every day. So
Some
and
full
this-
leather one.
or this. This is inside the waistband. I could wear it at any position, but it's an appendix holster.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Some of the leather ones that I think are definitely worth considering are the ones where they have a reinforced mouth, so that when you're reholstering, because the problem with leather holsters is after a while the mouth wants to close.
Yeah. Well, if you have your gun out for a long time.
Yeah, well, it depends.
Well, I mean,
if
right,
you're talking
like if you're
inside the
doing-
waistband, yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. But like if you're at the range practicing, your draw, and you draw, you fire a couple of shots, you reholster. You draw, you fire a shot.
I wear the
Now, I've
Glock
got
one.
an
I wear the
11.
Glock one all day at work without the gun in it, and it's still easy to holster without. Like you can holster it almost like a Kydex. I still look anyway because I'm extra careful, but.
But what I haven't seen, I've seen ones reinforced with metal at the mouth, but I haven't seen any reinforced at the mouth with Kydex, which I would think they would do because it'd be cheaper.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of those out there. You have them reinforced with metal. You have them reinforced with just heavier leather, and there are ones reinforced with Kydex, which is just stitched in between an extra strap of leather on top.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I like my hybrid holster, because I like to feel the leather against my skin.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
And not just... I was waiting for somebody to say something. I threw the bait out there and nobody said anything.
Pervert.
Here's a funny picture a friend of mine posted. She saw this going down the road.
What's that say?
Apparently someone says, "I'm gone forever, goodbye, sorry," spray painted all over the guy's truck. Now we're even on the back. Someone was a little mad.
Probably got
she's going to. She's going to get to go to jail. Oh, sweet.
Go.
Well, if it's a tow job, you must have cut the brake lines.
Hey, unless she's on that title, she's going to jail.
I don't know. I just laughed. That's what I woke up to this morning. It made my day better.
But believe me, if my wife decided to leave me and spray painted my truck, oh, hell no. If it's my girlfriend, oh, she'd definitely go to jail. Community property with the marriage thing might give me trouble. Of course, luckily my wife actually likes me. I still haven't figured out why.
It's real hard when the wife and the girlfriend don't get along.
Tell me about it. I've been dealing with that for years.
Can't we all just get along? Denny, what was that guy's name? In the LA riots in 92 or 93?
Rodney King?
Rodney King. He was the one who said, "Can't we all just get along?"
Yeah.
Reginald Denny was the truck driver that got the shit beat out of him.
Yeah, he got like a brick thrown in his head.
Yeah. And I don't understand why he ever got out of his truck. I mean, he could have literally, he was driving a 10,000-pound weapon. He could have just...
I would have just run their asses over.
Well, I mean, you don't... Go 10 miles an hour, but don't stop.
Look, I don't care if you're going 10 miles an hour or 50 miles an hour. If you're in a truck that big, you're going to kill the person you hit.
I think they pulled him out of it, didn't they?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm saying go fast enough that they can't jump on, is what I meant.
You can jump on
Yes.
at 10 miles an hour.
Well, you don't want to kill anybody before, there's a real threat to your life.
Well, it was a riot going on in front of them.
Oh, was it? How many people? Because I know a guy in Philly that justifiably ran somebody over during a riot on a Fat Tuesday back in 1998.
Yeah, this was after the '92 LA riots had already started, but before they were over. This is like maybe day 3, something like that, if I remember correctly. And I may not. I may have my dates wrong. But I know it was after the riots had started and before they were over, because they took actually a fire extinguisher off of his truck and beat him in his head. I mean, it's amazing that the guy is not, drooling down his face. I mean, he has a speech impediment and all sorts of other things as a result of the injury.
Oh yeah, getting your ass beat is no joke. There are plenty of people in wheelchairs just from an ass whooping from a bunch of people.
Yep.
Wait a minute. I go away for a second, and all of a sudden people are in wheelchairs and things got serious?
That's why I carry mace. Just mace.
You carry mace for people in wheelchairs? I'm confused.
Yeah.
In case they try to bite your ankles,
Could happen.
like walkers, except they call them crawlers.
Oh.
You have a picture of that little minimalist holster. I forget what they're called. On that lanyard, on your
Yeah.
shamal.
Yeah, what about
Oh, the Mitch holsters or Mick holsters, whatever. What are they?
This is an Aegis Armory, so it's extra big for her pleasure.
But
yeah, but they're copies of. I think they're called like.
Oh yeah, the mic one. It's like cut down here. It's a little better.
you basically secure the lanyard around your belt.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can put it in your pocket, or
Yeah,
If you pull it in
the
your
idea
pocket,
is you put it in your pocket, and it's secured around your belt, so when you draw it, it pops off.
yeah.
What kind of
It's gotta
gun is
be.
that?
It's got to be pulled off in like a downward motion.
Okay. What
So,
kind of gun is that you have it on?
G30S.
Oh, you can put that in your pocket?
Yeah. In the wintertime, I'm
Cargo pocket.
wearing pretty big pants.
Yeah, I mean, I can put my...
Pocket of my jacket.
Okay, yeah, I didn't
I
know
don't
you
think
meant...
I'd do that though, but
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I've got a Sig 938 in my front pocket right now, but I'm certainly not going to try and rock a Glock in there. Maybe the 380 would fit. I don't know. I'm not going to buy one though.
well, I can get the Glock 26 in my front pocket, but it prints badly, so it is pretty much like a winter only.
Yeah, way too thick for pocket carry for me.
But I also have a Kydex holster that it sits in. I mean, it's not just sitting in my pocket by itself.
and it wouldn't be the most comfortable thing to carry this thing in my pocket. I just have this trigger guard on it for now because it's out of my holster.
Gotcha.
It's what I'm currently using for home defense at the moment, since
Yeah.
it's not on my side.
Yeah, there's my little Panther pocket holster.
It looks like thin Kydex. Click on it.
Yeah, they use a lot thinner Kydex on these for pocket carry.
Okay, that's the Sig.
And all it is this little lip at the
38.
top here catches your pocket. Yes, 938.
Okay. 9mm.
Yeah, it's the only 9mm I own, actually. My wife has a 9mm, but I usually carry 45. But the XDS is still a little too big for pocket carry for me.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at the Ruger LCP for next summer. I figure that's small enough to put in my pocket. I had a car. What the hell did I have? PM9, and that fit in my pocket pretty good. I didn't worry about it.
See, the outside part that sits the outside of your pocket, it's really flat. The molded side is on the inside, so it really doesn't print badly at all.
I got a pocket holster here for my Glock 26, and one thing I like about this, I mean, it has the hook that they all have, so they catch when they're pulling them out of the pocket, but it also has, I kind of turn it sideways so you can see it here, it has this like little thumb brake right here. I don't know if you can see that or not.
It's like DB's.
So what happens is
so you can thumb it out.
Yeah, so I can. I can't really show it, but I can push that with my thumb when and break it loose from my gun while it's still in my pocket. But my Glock 26 fits in here pretty good.
Now, see, they don't all have that bottom hook, and that's one of the things I really like about this is it doesn't have that piece, so it's not taking up so much of your pocket. All it is, what's hooking is, that little lip inside your pocket. This piece right here sticks up just enough above the gun where it actually hits that lip of your pocket when you go to draw. And it comes out really cleanly. It's really kind of minimalist. And
doesn't yours also have like, look at my thumbnail. Doesn't yours have like a little hook like this one does?
No, I mean, are you seeing my video?
Yeah, but you have your hand on the part I'm trying to point at.
No, there's no hook.
My hand's on the grip of the gun.
There's no hook.
Here, okay. I'll pull the gun out.
So you have to pull that out the opposite way from what Dano has.
Yeah, the bottom is smooth and just rounded off. The hook is actually at the top.
Seems like you should practice with your pocket holster a little, like everybody that has a pocket holster, right?
Oh, well, any holster you're going to run, you should practice with, obviously.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying those two pocket carry holsters are totally different.
Yes, I didn't realize you had a untraditional pocket holster.
Yeah, this is one. I actually, this was the third one. I went to the guys at Panther and said, hey, this is what I want. And they sent me a holster. We did some tweaks, made them a small revolver. I forget which. I think it was one of the small Smith & Wesson 38s, and I was carrying my 938. And we sat there and we went through like 3 iterations of these holsters before we found one before we found a design that really worked. And I absolutely love this thing. It's just real minimalist. It's right in your pocket. They use thinner material on this just so it doesn't print so bad. And I carry this 938 in my pocket a lot.
Yeah, so I know you were pointing at it, and I may have missed it. So what exactly catches so that when you pull it out, it stays in your pocket?
Well, for the light, there we go. See this little hook at the top?
Okay, that catches on the top of your pocket as you're pulling it out?
See, you see there's a good bit of clearance above this where it kind of actually, you have a flat line coming here and then it kind of starts to swoop up.
Okay,
And
I gotcha.
if you kind of reach in your pocket and reach toward the front, you'll always feel a little lip in your pocket.
Right.
It hits that lip in your pocket when you go to draw.
Okay.
Now, when you go to take it out, though, you just kind of angle it back a quarter inch, and it pops right out. So you're not fighting with it.
Yeah. Mine catches on the other side of the pocket on that edge.
Those that have that bottom hook is, some pants they have kind of skinnier pockets, so it won't go all the way to the bottom of your pocket. And other pants are big, and it's not a problem. But with that top hook, it works in, whatever pair of jeans you're putting on. If you're putting on a pair of khakis, the khakis often have a skinnier pocket in it. So the nose of the gun goes in no problem, because it's just basically you see the bottom of the trigger guard just kind of cut out to where it just goes flush with the bottom of the trigger guard, and then goes forward and just barely has a little bit of lip here, but almost negligible lip at the front, and that's just enough to help it stabilize in the pocket, so it doesn't cant off on you. And it's got the, just the regular old kind of bushing screw in it, so you can adjust the tension if you like.
Right.
That little screw there. It's got the plastic. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got the. It actually has a little metal.
Grommet.
Little metal grommet there, and you can adjust the tension with that.
Interesting.
Like I said, we went through they sent. I'm not sure how many iterations they went through. They sent me 2 prototypes before we got to the final design, because I was kind of beta testing it for them. But yeah, when this hits the top of the pocket, it just pops right out.
Hey Tino, are you there?
Yes, I am.
You see my question in the side chat?
Oh, I'm not hosting, so I have no idea.
Oh, who is hosting this?
I believe Moon is.
Oh, Moon? Are you there?
Yep. You better believe it.
Okay.
Right.
Did you see my message in the side of the chat?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I was just a reminder.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I guess I probably should have turned on the light a little bit earlier. That probably makes it a little easier to see.
It makes it a lot easier to see. I thought you were living in a cave.
Well, not lately. And I'm not going to say it hasn't happened.
So you carry that thing cocked and locked?
That's a 938, of course.
Okay.
It's like
I'm
a
just
little
asking.
1911.
I didn't call your girlfriend ugly.
He's gonna carry
just asked a question.
hammer down. He's gonna carry a hammer down. Condition 5.
You can carry it however he wants to carry it. Wants to carry it between his legs? Go right ahead. Just don't point it at me.
Not going to say that that's never happened either, but yeah.
I'd say since it's in that holster, you could take the safety off. Okay.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Well, that's,
I've spent a lot of time with 1911s. I'm completely comfortable carrying Condition 1 and a single action gun.
You gotta get down to Condition 0 with that thing.
I already told you, I guess, guys, I got my Tex Grebner holster on, so.
You can disable that button if you really want to.
Oh, I did. I pulled the pin. I pulled the pin out before.
Okay.
and reassembled it. As I've gone through different moves, when I put it away to like never use it again, I had reassembled it in case I ever wanted to sell it or whatever. And then, like I said, I was just playing around with my outside the waistband holsters today, which is the only reason I got it back out.
What's Edge's topic tonight? Does anybody know?
Incoherent babble.
Fly by the seat of his pants.
Anybody else? Let's see.
Is he signed on to Gun Channels yet?
Yeah, it's in the lobby.
USA
chat.
Canada International Gun Chat. What? I wonder what's going on there.
Oh yeah, he's
By the
having a bunch
way-
of Canadians. He's having a bunch of Canadians. It's a Canadian chat.
No.
I forgot about that.
But I should title that chat "How to Shoot While You're Drunk."
You have it in America. You have it way better than we do. Please help us.
Well, that's in Canada. I mean, seriously, everybody up there drinks. They're in constant, state of being buzzed. So, how to shoot while you're drunk.
Oh, well, you should move to Canada.
Or Kentucky.
Okay, then.
Yeah, you all want me to do that?
Okay, I'm on my iPad, so I can't see the side chat.
Oh, well, I'll wait till we're off here to say it. Oh, well, go ahead. I don't care. What are they going to do?
Moon's live, might as well, it's up to Moon.
I mean, I'm completely fine with hosting a chat while Edge hosts his. I mean, there's no reason we can't have two chats going at once.
Yeah, if they have two chats going at once, the chat window gets mixed up between both chats, so that's why they don't do it.
We used to do two at a time before.
Yeah, well, they don't have tabs anymore.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Just trying to be courteous.
So is the story we're dropping off to jump on his? Is that what's going on?
No, he's having Canadians on for an all-Canadian chat or something. But I'm going to end this at 10 o'clock. And if you want to watch Edge's chat, you can watch Edge's chat. Or if you want to start your own, I think Ralph's posted Edge's chat on Gun Channels already.
Yeah.
So
But if I host, Ralph won't post if I host anyway. So
that's what I'm saying.
Because it's
Just
more
watch Edge's
exciting.
Canadian chat, and then, or make your own chat. It doesn't matter.
There's nothing more exciting than posting a chat that hasn't started for 20 minutes yet.
I didn't say it.
I did.
Jeez.
I mean, it just says, starting in 20 minutes. I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
Mine
gonna say
just
that's
says-
on, while we're live anyway. Then Blue, just keep it off air until Edges is over, just to be courteous.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll set up the room and all, and then. Edge normally only runs about an hour anyway, most of the time. So.
It all depends. I mean, Edge could have an awesome chat. It could suck, but we're talking about panelist wise. Who actually jumps in, not the panelists themselves.
Well, let's see. He's got not Bob, but the two reloaders, Gun Geek and that other guy.
Oh, what's his name? Yeah, I know you're talking. Canadian Gunslinger.
Yeah,
Canadian Gunslinger is in there.
And I don't know if Bob actually got an invite or not.
I'm just going to say this Canadian gunslinger is also known as Joy. Joy.
Yeah.
Joy. I know it sounds like Joey when I say it, but it's Joy. See the difference? Joey, Joy. And people ask, how did he get the name Joy? Well, he had big letters on the wall behind him that spelled out Joy.
Sean, you having trouble there?
I can never see the letters. Maybe I wasn't looking hard enough.
Yeah, since I started calling him Joy, he has moved his location.
From his basement to where? It was on the
I
post.
think he went from his living room to his basement. Yep, sounds good.
Yeah, that way we can sit there and we can have fun.
Is that what this is called? Sitting in silence?
Well, everybody else is muted. Steven's gone. You know.
Hey,
Well, I posted a link
I'm
here.
watching him pull a Panama right now.
Well, I was just
I'm going to talk about how I'm planning to buy a cheap AR during my off-air.
Well, I will say this on air. If anybody's interested in a work sharp knife and tool sharpener, gently used with extra belts, I mean new sanding belts and a couple of knives, I got a great deal. You can go to my channel, Mr. Cork71, and see the video. Or if you just want to piss Dano off and want a Ghost Town custom knives or a knife, and you can pay for it now. You just piss Dano off and you can get it that way. But hey.
Then Dano will hunt you down.
I'm not budging on the price because that's a Huck price and that's what he told me to sell it for, not a penny cheaper. I won't piss Huck off.
Well, it's your... Wait a minute. It's your freaking knife.
Yes, but he gave me a great deal on a trade, so I'm sticking to it.
I mean, no one can dictate to somebody else what they should sell or not sell their stuff for.
Work it, Dan. I'll work it.
No, I'm not. No, I got no problem with the problem with the price. I'm just saying, Joe, that's like me telling you, if I sell you a car, and then I tell you...
And I'm joking. I was joking about Huck told me to sell for not for a penny more. He told me, when I asked him what would be a fair price to ask for that knife, he told me $50.
Well, that's different. That's just getting a professional opinion.
What? Well, it's his work. He told me if he were going to sell it, that's the price he would sell it for after he had used it for a while. Even though I didn't, use it, except for a little tiny bit while I carried it around.
Hey, Quark, I
See,
wouldn't sell
I'm
my
just
file
so much
knife
more-
for what he's got it for.
Yeah, see, I'm so much more utilitarian when it comes to knives than I am with guns. I mean, guns, I will buy the ridiculously expensive gun because I like it. With knives, it's like, okay, give me a K-bar Tonto blade so I can beat it on things and pry things, and have it basically hold an edge, and I'm done. Where I have friends that have a $600 knife. I'm like, oh, great. Well, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
my
just
thing.
don't get it.
And then
Like,
they'll
okay,
never
I
use...
get a $600 gun. I get a $1,000 gun. I get a $3,000 gun because it's a mechanical thing that has all these very intricate, very finely machined parts. Where a knife is, okay, yes, there's one finely machined part.
Right.
The way I look at it is,
It just doesn't
if,
register with me.
if you spend, you know, $600, $700 on a gun, chances are that thing's not going to break on you while you use it. However, you buy a $600, $700 knife and you use it and it breaks, then what do? It's like, I just see a knife as, you know, I don't want to spend that much money on something I'm going to use and could break, as opposed to a gun, which typically isn't going to break when you use it.
And I get it. I mean, I've seen some beautiful, fine knives, but it's just, okay, it's more for the, you know, to me, it's kind of more for the eclectic value and more for, you know, the collector's piece than a tool when it gets to that point. But I know guys that carry, you know, $300, $400 knives and use them to great effect. And yes, they're excellently balanced. They fit your hand really well. And they, giant Bowie knives that feel like they're as light as a toothpick, but you know, or handle like they're a toothpick, but they're really you know, quite hefty things. But it's just like, yeah, I've you know, in the military, yeah, I actually used a knife in a fight once, but that was only because it was necessary. It certainly wasn't something I wanted to do.
I've started to look at knives differently than I used to. I used to look at them strictly utilitarian, but now I'm looking at too as pride of ownership.
Now, if the thing had, you know, ivory handles inlaid with jade, rubies, and gold, okay, that might be a different thing. But that's going mounted on my wall.
Okay, who's like cracking peanuts or something?
Yeah, and I'm going to say this, Sean, the Huck knife I'm selling is, you know, designed to be a used knife. It's not designed to be a wall hanger or, you know, a display knife.
I mean, here I go back to talking about the guys at Panther Concealment. They make some really awesome knife sheaths. They actually made one for the K-Bar that I like. You know, but they're putting up these videos of like, oh yeah, this is a $1,000 knife. Who the hell paid $1,000 for a knife? It's a beautiful knife.
The same,
God.
The same type of people that pay, $5,000 for a custom SIG.
See, I would do that.
Exactly. You know, you'd pay the $5,000 for a custom SIG, where somebody will, spend $1,000 on a custom knife.
I'd get more use out of the $5,000 SIG. I like to buy things I can use, and
so you'd be like taking that $5,000 gun out to the range once a year when you want to dust it off from sitting in your safe.
No, I'd probably shoot it a lot.
Yeah. A lot of people.
Well, then of course we have today's acquisition.
What you got there? I don't have. I'm not good with revolvers. So what is that? A Ruger?
Smith and Wesson 686.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Which,
and that's the revolver ever made.
And I had one. My dad bought me one when I was 18 years old, right before I went in the military.
Does it have like a red or an orange front sight?
Well, actually, I guess a little over a year before I went in the military, when I was 19. But I had that thing for right up until a few days before I went in the military, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this gun when I ship out to basic. And just a few days before I went to basic, it got stolen from me. Somebody broke in the, I had a roommate, somebody broke in the apartment, and one of the things they stole was my gun. Which solved one problem for me, but really pissed me off. And ever since, I have always wanted to replace it because I just loved that revolver. I will say this, the new ones though, the finish is not nearly as good. I am going to have to strip this thing down and put the Yankee Marshall treatment to it and start polishing. He's killing me with that. And the action is not as smooth as they used to be. The double action pull, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but it is just not as buttery smooth as they used to be.
Well, he has like a performance center model, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he does.
He's done videos on a performance center one that he had all kind of trouble with, and I think a 3-inch 686 that he just bead blast, or didn't actually bead blast. He's probably watching this. He'll probably pop in, but he blasted it with some other type of media, then mirror shine polished the sides. I don't know that I'm going to bead blast the top. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. But definitely the smooth parts of the stainless are not nearly as smooth as they were in the late 80s or early 90s. So I'm definitely going to have to go to work on that, because it's supposed to be a smooth stainless, and this is somewhere between smooth and brushed.
I got you.
Yeah, just take your Dremel out. Oh wait, that's ballistic. That just Dremels everything.
Yeah. Take it to a buffing wheel with some mothers.
Actually, I'm going to do it by hand. I mean, I might for kind of the quick start on it, throw it on the buffer. I do have one in the garage, but it's going to get the itty bitty tiny circles, just like when I used to polish boots.
There you go. I'm glad you're doing it the correct way, because I shouldn't even have said the Dremel out. Ballistic breaks out the grinder.
Yeah, I might give the quick buff on the a quick buff on the power tool in the garage just to start things off, but that's just for the starter. It's getting itty bitty circles and a bunch of Mothers or McGuire's metal polish.
And how many rounds is that, Sean?
That's the 7-round model.
Oh, that's what I have. +1. That's cool.
Yeah, which means my old speed loaders. Anybody want to trade me some 6-round speed loaders for some 7s?
Well, those little itty bitty circles make your gun shiny and your wife happy.
I cannot dispute that.
Man in a boat.
Oh boy, we need to get some women onto these chats.
Hey, Sean, you should get you some of them 5-star reloaders. Them are pretty nice.
Wait, which ones for those?
5-star speed loaders for that.
Okay.
They have the 7-rounders. They're pretty nice.
Now, of course, I'm kind of funny about that because, I generally don't carry extra ammo. I carry an extra gun. If one runs out, it gets dropped, thrown in the pocket, back in the holster, and then the other gun comes out. Hence the 938, and even for very summer carry in Florida appropriate attire, the little NAA 22 Magnum baby revolver.
You're not going to throw your 686 down and leave it. Trust me.
Oh no, that's going back in the holster if it runs out.
There you go.
Are you ever concerned with that little NAA holster of getting like lint trapped in the cylinder action?
This one has the holster grip, so it's the one that kind of the giant handle that kind of flips back over.
Oh, okay.
It does have a channel in it that every once in a while I just kind of stick my pinky into and pull out the lint and actually go out in the garage and hit it with some compressed air every once in a while just to kind of blow out all the pocket lint and dust and stuff.
You have the clip on that?
Yeah. Which I reversed to the other side because of the way I like to carry it, but yeah, I mean here. I don't know. get it sitting here on my desk. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, so it's got the little holster grip thing with the clip, and that just flips out into the handle.
Hey, Dan, earlier you were talking about holsters. Did you ever look at Forest City Tactical?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got like 3 of their holsters. I like them pretty well. They hold them tight against your body.
Yeah, they're just very, very wide, almost like a bird that wants to take flight.
They
I
lock
didn't
in
know
pretty well.
Birds that want to fly are. I didn't realize that flying birds were wide.
Yeah. Well, that's like the holster I have on the screen. This is a Winthrop holster. It's made out of in Ohio in Lakewood, and it's pretty cheap for leather, like $55 for a holster. And they do different to clip and stuff, and they're pretty nice holsters.
Yeah. For leather, that's a pretty good price, as long as it's good leather.
It is. They're pretty good. Holds all my all my J frames and my Rugers.
Yeah, like for leather, this one's leather and shark with a shark trim on it. This is a UBG. Absolutely great. Totally recommend them.
Which caliber XDS is that?
45. The 938 is the only 9mm I have. I got rid of the only 40 I ever had. Have no desire to go back to a 40. I generally carry 45s.
Hey, Sean, that Winthrop, he does the exotic leathers pretty reasonable. If you ever want something like just alligator, shark, or whatever.
I'll tell you, I'm going to be. I looked up UBG. They do not apparently have a mold for the Smith 686. Next year, the Gun Rights Policy Conference is in Phoenix, and I'm looking forward to us winning the Norman B. State case here in Florida and having unlicensed open carry by court order sometime in the next 12 months. So I am going to be looking for the kind of barbecue gun holster to go with this thing because once I'm done polishing this thing up, I'm sending it to an engraver and I'm having the Florida Carry logo engraved on the side plate of the revolver. I'm not doing the whole scroll work thing. I'm not doing totally barbecue gun with it, but it's going to be really nice. I'm going to replace the grips with either a wood grip or there's a synthetic grip made by what was it, VZ holsters or VZ grips. This kind of a brown black G10 grip that looks really sharp. That's going to be kind of my suit gun, if there is such a word.
Yeah, my 686 that doesn't come out on my safe, so that's my baby too.
Oh no! See, I can't have a safe queen. I mean, look, if you gave me Wyatt Earp's gun, the first thing I'm doing is running to the range and shooting it. You give me General Patton's gun, I'm going down to the range and I'm shooting it.
Yeah, I don't have any collectibles, but that gun I've always wanted, and I probably will never shoot it, but I had to have it. I have the 3-inch model, and that you play hell finding holsters for that.
I mean, this is one of my favorite guns. My my 1894 Marlin. Love this thing. 4570. Shoot it as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, I really have no guns I won't shoot, but the 686 has got to stay